Hey everyone, welcome to my first video of 2026. I thought for this video I would kind of just go through what I learned from 2025 and what goals I set for myself for 2026. Because I was writing in my journal, which I want to get a cuter one, but this will do for now. And I thought, do you know what? I journal quite a lot now. Why not talk about it? Because I feel like it's kind of interesting. Maybe it's interesting. And why not share it with you in case I can help someone out there. So the things I learned in 2025. The first one that I put down, which I think when looking back on what goals I set for myself for 2025, I kind of realised that I didn't achieve a lot of them, which I was quite upset about. But then I was like, well, why didn't I achieve them? And what I realised is that I didn't really say how I was going to achieve them. I just put loads of goals down with no way of achieving it. So what I put down of what I learned, I was like, when setting goals for myself, make sure to understand what steps I need to take to achieve them. Kind of like rounds it up. I don't really know how to explain that further, but like for my goals for 2026, which I'll go on to later, I like put my goal and then I put like at least one step of how I was gonna get there and how I was gonna achieve it, because you can't set yourself this goal that, especially like big goals that don't seem very possible right now, you can't expect yourself to achieve that if you don't know how you're going to achieve it. So yeah, that was my first thing that I learned. The second thing was not everything happens at the pace you want it to. I need to be patient and keep going, because I think I get so wrapped up in like, I need this to happen now, I need to be in a certain place, like by tomorrow I need to be like a millionaire, or like just slow down, let life happen, because not everything happens instantly. You need to work towards stuff. It's not just going to happen in an instant. And if you don't keep going and you give up, you can't expect it to happen. It just won't. So I think that one's a good one, and that one I need to definitely remember a lot more, because I'm so bad at just giving up as soon as things don't go my way. So yeah. The third one is stepping out of my comfort zone will allow me to achieve so many things. In 2025, I did so many things that I never thought I could do. And I think that's one thing that I was really proud of, like, for myself that year, was I did push myself out of my comfort zone, and I now can do those things without feeling so terrified. So I think that one was quite a nice one. Next one, kind of linked to that actually, is I must not let fear consume me. I need to try and embrace it, because I'm an anxious girl, I must admit. I get scared about everything. I will think the worst thing that could happen, and that will stop me from doing it, because I get too scared. So I kind of realised in 2025 that I need to just go for it, like kind of just block it out, have like a tunnel vision of like, I need to do this. There's all these things around me that are telling me, oh, this could happen. Block it out, think of the end goal, and you'll get there. It'll be fine. So yeah. Next one is talking about my feelings doesn't make me a weaker person. If anything, it makes me stronger. I personally am so bad for talking about my feelings. I've always kind of viewed it as like, well, I need to appear tough to people. If I talk about how I feel, then I look weak. But I promise that is not the case. And if anyone else feels that way, please talk to people. People much prefer if you're open and honest about how you feel than if you block them out and don't tell them. And I promise it will help. It will help so much. The amount of times I've done it in 2025 and how much it has helped is honestly insane. I'm still quite bad for it, but I definitely talk about my feelings a lot more now. So yeah, that one. Next one is the importance of spending time with the people I love. I think especially my friends, I spent a lot more time with my friends in 2025 and that made my year so much better. Like when I look back on like memories, I feel much happier thinking about the times that I spent with the people I love than like if I was by myself sat in my room, or like just, I don't know, you cherish the moments spent with those you love more. So I think that one's quite a nice one. I have thought that, but I've kind of shut myself away a lot of the time. So yeah. The next one is, it's not about what I do or what I say, it's how I make someone feel. I just took my hoodie off because I was getting so warm. But basically, that one, I feel like I'm not the best person to explain it, but you can apply it with so many things in life. Like I'm definitely someone who gets so wrapped up in what people think of me or like how to make people view me better. But it's not what I do or what I say. It's like if I'm a good person or I'm just being nice, that person will feel that and they will appreciate that much better than like if you actively like, I don't know, get someone a gift or like just say the words, oh, I love you. That doesn't mean anything without that person feeling loved by you, if that makes sense. So the next one I learned, and I'd say I definitely learned this through doing my GCSEs this year, was recognise when you are feeling burnt and allow yourself to rest. I definitely did not. That was my biggest mistake from GCSEs, is I did not give myself a break at all. And I'd say that definitely affected how I did, which is fine because I've learned from it and I'm glad that I've learned that now. And I definitely would say that I've applied that to A-levels more. Maybe giving myself a break a bit too much, but it's fine, we'll lock in eventually. But yeah, I think just like even with, so I had a job recently which I quit, but that one I'd say I was a lot better at recognising when I got burnt out. Like I'd gone from not working at all to doing like 8 hours a week on top of college, which may not sound like a lot, and it probably isn't compared to what other people are doing. But for me, as someone who gets quite overwhelmed, that was too much. And it took me to the point where I was crying every day and having panic attacks to realise I was burnt out and I could not do that, and that job was not for me. But I think just recognising that before you get to that point would be much better. But still, I think because I learnt that from 2025, that I can now recognise it a bit better. Yeah. The next one is, I need to work on my approach with relationships so much, both like romantically and not. And I don't know, I think I never really realised how much it affected my relationships with people until like I spoke about it and kind of, I don't know, but I think I'm definitely someone who pushes people away too much because I'm scared of being vulnerable in a relationship, and I avoid it, which is not the best thing to do because then I feel alone, but I'm my worst enemy. That is something I definitely need to work on. I have not got much better at that recently, but we will do that. Maybe that can be another 2025 goal. Why do I have such an issue with saying 2025? It's actually stressing me out. Anyway, the last one is do what makes you happy. Quite a simple one, but I'd actually say applying that to college and the job that I was just talking about. Don't do it if it doesn't make you happy. Life is too short to just carry on doing something that makes you sad. And I definitely, I struggle knowing what actually makes me happy, if that makes sense. Like, I kind of do what makes everyone else happy and hope that will make me happy, which just doesn't work at all. So that's my last lesson from 2025, is that I need to do what makes me happy. Just looking back at that, I realised how many times I said, I do apologise, I will try to stop. It might not happen, but I'm so sorry. So my goals for 2026, I only set myself 5, but I think there's a lot more that they're not big goals, but I do want to achieve that by 2026, the time it ends. But if it doesn't happen, that's fine. So my first goal, which is quite a broad one, but I feel like I put this for 2025 and I don't think I achieved it, but it's definitely an important one, so I put it back on for 2026 in hope that I will achieve it, because I need to. I feel like it affects a lot of my life. But yeah, so first goal was learn to love myself. That is quite a big aspect of where I struggle in life, is that I have quite a low self-esteem, which I recognise, I know that needs to change, and I know that to be a better person, I need to love myself. No one else is going to love me as much as I should. So that is my number one goal. And for that, I am going to write down at least one positive thing about myself on how I look, who I am as a person, and what I've done that week. So once a week, I will sit down, write down at least one positive thing about those 3 things, because I never really sit back and think what I've done well. I always think the negatives of oh well, I've done this bad this week, and I feel like that really lowers my confidence. So yeah, that's how I'm going to achieve that. Right, the second one is stay consistent with vlogging and social media, especially vlogging for you guys, but I just feel like I quite enjoy it, but I find it hard to motivate myself to do it. So I put that one on there because it needs to happen, and it's fun. What's the worst that can happen? I think I struggle with feeling that I need to perfect the content, so I don't post a lot because I'm well, that's not good enough, I don't want to post that. So that needs to change. But to achieve that, I post at least once a day on at least one platform, so YouTube, TikTok, anything like that. So I'm hoping, I haven't done it yet, it is now the 4th of January, but we have the whole year to get to that point, so it will happen, and you guys can motivate me as well. The third one is get back into running and the gym, which I really would love to do. I'm someone who loves running, not so much the gym, but I think the gym is good for my mental health and recovery with running as well. So I want to get back into both of those. Issue with that, which is why I haven't started yet, is I do not have a healthy body, and that's what affects me. So to achieve that goal, I put keep my body healthy and do not push myself too fast, because every time I've got back into running, I've not like done the right strength training. I've pushed myself too much, like done too far of distance, run too much that week, like gone straight back into it way too quickly. So I need to be a lot more careful and not do that. The next one is, to be fair, what I've wrote down here is achieve good results in mocks and my internal exams for this year. But actually, I think I'm going to change that a bit, because I don't think that's a good goal. I think it's more try my best in my exams and study more, because I know I do need to study more. I haven't recently. But I just think putting down achieve good results, that might not happen. But if I have tried my best, which is what I want to be able to say, that's fine. I feel like I would have achieved something. So yeah, that's my fourth one. And my fifth one is to journal daily, because I've started journaling more often now, but I don't do it daily, and I feel like it definitely helps. Like, if you do not have a journal, go out and buy yourself one, because it helps me so much. I've just gone on to this one, but for 2025 I had, let me go get it. I had this one, which is cute and pink, but I just like wrote down on, like, especially days where I'm struggling a bit more, it's good to write it down and like rationalise how you're feeling a bit more. And then also looking back on days where I was feeling a bit happier and recognising what made me feel happier, like reading back, it helps a lot as well. Or just in the moment when maybe you don't want to talk to someone else about it, write it down. So yeah, that's my last goal for 2026. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I quite enjoyed that actually, so if you guys would like more videos like this, tell me and that will happen. So yeah.